All right, hello everybody, this is Miss Piekarski. I'm going to show you how to do a regression formula, particularly with if you have a situation where you want a kind of a weird shape where you're not exactly sure what the formula would look like, you can do a regression formula. So one thing that I wanted to do a regression formula is this top part of the bow, and then it goes down and then it goes back up again. Well, if we remember from our power functions unit, if we have one bend here, another bend here, and another bend there, then it would have to be x to the fourth power, the exponent would have to be 4. Okay, so I would want a quartic equation to graph this shape here, just from here down in there. Okay, but if you look in the class set of the notes, the quartic equations look really weird, and they're in the general form, and so are the cubic, and so those aren't very easy to deal with and to work with. So what you can do is plot several points along the way, and then get a regression formula. So what you want to do is, and you want to be as precise as you can and get as many possible points as you can. So for instance, I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd probably start at -6, -1, maybe -5.5, and I don't know, maybe -3.3 here. Okay, and I would put another one here, and I'd go along, and particularly any spots where they're joined here, if I knew what the x value is at this point, which would be -4.5, I'd want to make sure that I plot that point as well, because I definitely want to make sure it joins up correctly or they don't overlap each other. Anyway, so just keep on finding points, and you can do decimals. You definitely want to make sure you get this area here as fairly accurate as you can, and then again up here all the way around, and get as many possible points as you possibly can. The more points you have, the more accurate your formula will be. Okay, and then you can see I already have a tab here. The way I got that is I went to Documents, and I did Insert, and then I did List and Spreadsheet. I think it was List and Spreadsheets. Let's look at it. Yep, it was List and Spreadsheets. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do it now because I already did it beforehand. Anyway, so again, Documents, Insert, List and Spreadsheets, and what'll happen is it'll pull up another tab. Let me exit out of here. It'll pull up another tab, and this will be completely blank. Just for time's sake on this video, I went ahead and already filled in this stuff. These are just my coordinate points, the sets of my coordinate points. So here's my x value. Make sure you fill in your A cell. You need to put label as x, your B cell label as y, and then just put your coordinates here. Here's all your x coordinates in order, and then here's all the y coordinates in order. Okay. Once you get that done, come to cell C1 and go to Menu, Statistics, Stat Calculations, and we said we were going to have a quartic regression, and just go to quartic. Okay, don't forget you need to label your x and your y's from the drop-down menu. Okay, and then it says right here, save regression equation to F8. So the cool thing about that, go ahead and push OK. The operation may overwrite some data. Do you wish to proceed? Okay, we don't care. The cool thing about that, so you have this equation and it's all there for you. Well, some of you are going to look at it and say, oh my goodness, that's a whole bunch of numbers to type in when I go back to the function. Where am I at? Way over here. Anyway, when you go back over to the graph, that's a whole bunch of numbers to type in. Well, the most amazing thing, if you come over here, push tab, go up to F8, there is the whole equation written for you. You don't have to type a single thing in here. It's all done for you. All you have to do, go up to it and push enter, and then there pops your equation. Okay, so this is a super, super crazy equation, and all I did is plotted some points here. Now you'll see that it's not a perfect match. Like right here it's slightly off, but this point here is joined just fine, and right here it's slightly off. So I am going to want to go ahead and limit it so that it doesn't go past this point and it doesn't go past this point. But I've got a fairly good shape on my bow, and you can limit this the same way we put limits on all our other formulas. Just go all the way to the end. This time it might take a little bit longer than normal just because it's so precise. There we go. Do the control equals and do the such as line. And remember our farthest point to the left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go with -6. In this case, I'm going to do less than or equal to x, and then less than or equal to, whoops, that's not what I want. Oh, wow, how the heck did I get that? I don't know. All right, control equals less than or equal to, and then maybe -0.5, I think. -0.5. Let's see how that goes. Push enter. It's really hard to see. I want to go ahead and change my line color. I know I just did a shortcut that I can do on, let's make it yellow. I just did a shortcut that I can do on my computer that you guys can't do, mainly because I'm trying to save time so the video is not so long, and I've already shown you how to do that. All right, so once I make my line a little bit thicker, it looks really good. And yes, I know it's not a perfect match here, but I will give you guys a little bit more leeway on if you do a regression formula, I'll give you some leeway. It doesn't have to be a perfect match because it's very, very difficult to get these perfectly matched. All right, so that's just one example of how you can do a regression. Um, and, and you can do that with pretty much all of your parent functions. So if I wanted to do like a cubic and figure out the lines for this, and I didn't want to transform my functions too much, or spend like hours and hours and hours trying to tweak the formula, I can just plot some coordinate points and then do a regression, okay? So on your worksheet with all the formulas and the transformation, if you do a regression formula like this, in the box for the transformation, just write regression, okay? All right, so hopefully this will help you, and I know some of you will be super excited about this because it'll make it so much easier to do a lot of the stuff you've been trying to do. All right, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.